Sometimes, even the biggest stars in Hollywood find themselves in awkward situations when people don't recognize them. Can you believe that someone once turned Adam Sandler away from a restaurant without realizing who he was? This wasn't the first time a celebrity blended into everyday life unnoticed. Well, to more about such moments, stay tuned till the end. Adam Sandler is one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood, but that doesn't mean he expects special treatment. One day, he stopped by an IHOP with his daughter, looking for a casual meal. However, the hostess, unaware of who he was, informed him that there would be a 30-minute wait for a table. Instead of revealing his identity or demanding special service, he simply nodded and left. When security footage of the moment surfaced online, fans admired how he handled the situation. Unlike many celebrities who might expect VIP treatment, Adam showed patience and respect, just like any other customer. The story became even more heartwarming when IHOP decided to make things right by organizing a special event in his honor. They hosted an all-you-can-drink milkshake Monday, donating the proceeds to one of his favorite charities. To top it off, he even returned to the restaurant to pose for a picture with the same hostess who had unknowingly turned him away. Rap legend Jay-Z had a similar experience while riding the subway in New York City. Dressed casually, he took a seat next to an elderly woman who had no idea who he was. She struck up a conversation, asking him where he was headed. With a friendly smile, Jay-Z told her he was on his way to perform at the newly opened Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The wholesome moment was caught on video, and fans loved how down-to-earth he remained, despite his fame. Fans appreciate stars who stay grounded, and small gestures like these prove that respect is earned not just through talent, but through character. Keanu Reeves, famous for playing John Wick, is one of the most down-to-earth celebrities. While many Hollywood stars prefer private cars and luxury travel, he often chooses to ride the subway like any regular person. One moment that stood out was when he was spotted giving up his seat to an elderly woman. It was a simple act, but it spoke volumes about his kind and humble nature. Unlike many celebrities who enjoy special treatment, Reeves has always remained grounded, proving that fame hasn't changed who he is. Riding public transport might not seem like a big deal for most people, but for someone as famous as Reeves, it's rare. Instead of seeking attention, he blends in with the crowd, showing that he values everyday experiences. Randy Blythe, the lead singer of Lamb of God, had a moment that showed his kind and humble nature. He was on his way to perform when security stopped him. Many celebrities might have been annoyed or frustrated in such a situation, but Randy reacted in the best way possible. He thanked the security personnel for doing their job instead of getting upset. When they realized who he was and started to apologize, he reassured them that they had nothing to be sorry about. He understood that they were just doing what they were supposed to do. His reaction gained a lot of attention because it was rare to see someone in his position handle the situation with such patience and kindness. Fans praised him for being respectful and not letting his fame get to his head. Many said it was a great example of how celebrities should treat others, no matter the situation. The moment was caught on video and quickly spread online, making people appreciate Randy even more. Mike Shinoda, best known as a member of Linkin Park, had a funny and lighthearted interaction with a fan that left people laughing. During an event, a fan walked up to him and started talking, but never introduced herself. Mike, always quick with humor, pointed it out in a playful way. He laughed and told her that since she hadn't told him her name, he had no idea who she was. The situation got even funnier when the fan admitted she didn't recognize him either. Instead of being offended, Mike found the whole thing amusing. He explained that he was in a band called Linkin Park, and the fan's reaction made it clear that she wasn't familiar with his music. The exchange was caught on camera, and people loved how down-to-earth Mike was. Many celebrities might have been embarrassed or annoyed by such an encounter, but Mike took it in stride. Fans praised him for his sense of humor and the way he handled the moment. The clip became popular online, with many people commenting on how funny and relatable it was. Even legends like Paul McCartney aren't always recognized. The former Beatle once tried to enter an exclusive club but was stopped at the door. Security didn't realize who he was and told him he couldn't get in. Instead of arguing or trying to use his fame to gain entry, Paul joked about the situation. He laughed and said something about needing another hit song just to get inside. Many people were surprised that one of the most famous musicians in history could be denied entry anywhere. But Paul's reaction showed why he is so beloved. He didn't get angry or demand special treatment. Instead, he made light of the situation, which made the story even more entertaining. Fans shared the story widely, with many people saying it was a perfect example of how humble and funny Paul is. He could have easily insisted on getting in by mentioning who he was, but he chose not to. His response showed that he doesn't take himself too seriously, even after decades of success. The incident also made people wonder how often famous individuals find themselves in situations like this. If a music icon like Paul McCartney can be turned away at a club, it's possible that other big stars face similar moments of unexpected rejection. But as Paul showed, the best way to handle it is with humor and grace. Not every celebrity interaction is smooth. Comedian Jerry Seinfeld had an awkward encounter with singer Kesha that went viral. Kesha was a huge fan of Jerry and was excited to meet him. She approached him and told him how much she loved him, then asked for a hug. Jerry, however, wasn't sure who she was. He politely declined her request multiple times, making the moment even more uncomfortable. Kesha kept insisting, hoping he would change his mind, but he still refused. Later, Jerry explained that he doesn't usually hug people he doesn't know. The video spread quickly, and people had mixed reactions. Some found the situation funny, while others felt bad for Kesha, who later admitted that it was one of the most embarrassing moments of her life. Many people sympathize with her, saying that meeting someone you admire can be overwhelming, and rejection in such a situation can feel really awkward. On the other hand, some people defended Jerry, saying that he had the right to set personal boundaries. In the end, it was an interaction that neither of them would forget anytime soon. Jennifer Lopez once had an experience that showed how even global superstars can go unnoticed. She decided to visit the home where she grew up and was excited to reconnect with her past. However, when she knocked on the door and introduced herself to the current owner, they had no idea who she was. Jennifer tried to explain that she used to live in the house, but the homeowner didn't seem to recognize her. The exchange was both funny and humbling. Despite her massive fame, there are still people who don't follow Hollywood closely enough to recognize one of its biggest stars. Fans loved the moment, and many said it was a reminder that fame doesn't mean everyone will know who you are. Jennifer handled the situation well, laughing it off and taking it as a lighthearted moment. It showed that no matter how famous you become, there will always be places where you're just another face in the crowd. Katy Perry once planned a fun surprise for museum visitors, but things didn't go as expected. She disguised herself and waited for people to recognize her. However, when she finally revealed who she was, nobody reacted. One person even thought she was just part of the exhibit. The awkward moment was caught on video, and it quickly spread online. Katy took it in stride, laughing about how her prank had completely failed. Fans found the whole thing hilarious, and it became one of those celebrity moments that people kept talking about. Orlando Bloom, famous for his role in Pirates of the Caribbean, had a funny encounter with singer Billie Eilish. Katy Perry introduced the two, but Billie didn't recognize Orlando at all. She thought he was just a random guy and didn't seem too interested in the conversation. Later, when her friends told her that she had just met the actor who played Will Turner, she was shocked. She couldn't believe she hadn't realized who he was. The moment became even funnier when she admitted how embarrassed she felt about not recognizing him. Orlando, however, wasn't offended at all. He laughed it off and didn't make a big deal out of it. His relaxed attitude made the situation even more amusing. Fans loved the story, and it became another great example of how sometimes even celebrities don't recognize each other. Now, before you leave, don't forget to comment down your thoughts on this. And while you're down there, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well.